Making my 2-ingredient frosting fudge. Okay, we've got our frosting here. Always leave your cans for putting your dirty spoons in. Okay, then we want 11 to 12 ounces of white chocolate chips or white candy melts. I've got these, I'm just using them up. And we're gonna put this in the microwave and melt it. All right, while that's melting, we have some freeze-dried strawberries. We're gonna open it up to let some of the air out, and then we're gonna smash it. And just get them all good and smushed. Yes, you can put these in a food processor, but I don't want to clean a food processor for just, a few strawberries. Ooh. This is great because you don't need a mixer, you don't need anything. Just a microwave and a spoon. Okay, now we're gonna stir this until it gets melted. Okay, this is pretty warm, so I'm gonna let just the residual heat finish melting. While that's happening, I've got my parchment paper with my 8 or 9-inch pan there, whichever size you got, doesn't matter. If all your chocolate doesn't get melted, you can go zap it for another 20 seconds, but I think mine's gonna be melted here. Layer is nice and smooth. Now we're going to take some of about half of our dried cherries. We're going to stir it in there. These are just in the dried food section at Walmart. Okay. We are going to give you our Dining on a Dime cookbook ebook, volume number 1, free at livingonadime.com. Click on our shop, click on our ebooks, click on Dining on a Dime Volume 1, add it to your cart. When you go to checkout, use the coupon code DINING1 and you will get our ebook absolutely free with no obligation and no strings attached. Visit us at livingonadime.com. Pour that into my pan here. Now we're going to do the same thing with chocolate. For the chocolate, I had to microwave it twice. That's okay. Okay, then I just swirl this all in. Use my spoon because it's easier. So now we're going to let this cool. Set up. Oh my goodness, chocolate covered strawberry. Yum. All right, chocolate covered strawberry fudge. Does that say Valentine's Day or what? Oh. Yum. Okay. So remember, half if you're doing an 8 or 9 inch pan. And then a third. Oh, that looks good. You want a taste test? Does it smell like Valentine's Day?
It does. Yum.
Chocolate covered strawberry?
Mm-hmm.
With real strawberries.
Oh man, that's really good.
Yay!
That's really good.
All right, we are making no-bake cheesecake. All you do is have your cream cheese softened. Okay, just making sure mine's soft enough. Then I'm gonna add my sweetened condensed milk. All right. I would have to say sweetened condensed milk is one of the best inventions ever made. And then our lemon juice and a teaspoon of vanilla. Whoops, hold on. Some of my lemon didn't get all the way mixed up in there. Okay, there we go, my vanilla. Oops, oh dear. This is Tara's cooking show. What can I say? All right, now we have our pie crust. You can use a homemade graham cracker pie crust. The recipe is in our Dining on a Dime Cookbook, Volume 1. If you want this no-bake cheesecake recipe, it is in our Dining on a Dime Cookbook, Volume 2 on page 304. The link to get it is in the description below. It's 25% off right now. All right, there is crust. Oh, did I mention that I really miss cheesecake since going dairy-free? This is worth making myself sick over. I love cheesecake. Okay, now we're going to put this in the refrigerator for several hours and let it set up. So here's a little tip for those of you who don't know. Take this off, turn it over, and then it has a lid if you need one. Isn't that handy?
Yeah.
All right, there we have our no-bake cheesecake. Yum. Now we're going to take and add the cherry pie filling on top.
That looks great.
Jack said, "Mom, you're making cheesecakes?" I said, "Yes." "Oh, when do I get to eat them?" I said, "Well, you don't." Poor guy, his hopes were devastated. I found these candy wafers for $1 after Christmas last year. They were $1 at Hobby Lobby on clearance. Melted my white chocolate. All right. So I'm going to pour my white chocolate While I'm spreading out my white chocolate, I'm gonna melt my red chocolate, or my red wafers. Oh man, I love white chocolate. Pour our red chocolate, or wafers, I should say. Now we're going to mix it. This recipe is based off of my peppermint bark recipe on page 318. If you want all the different variations, you can see right there. In our Dining on a Dime Cookbook Volume 2, all of our cookbooks are on sale right now. The link is in the description below. Okay, I'm gonna pick out all the red and white ones. Just some little, I don't know what you call those. Just miscellaneous like snowflakes and all that. So we're gonna sprinkle that all around. Okay, and then we have some of these marshmallows. You know, the cocoa marshmallows. Ah, fun. Okay, so now I've got these red M&Ms. Or excuse me, chocolate delights is what they're called. Okay, now we're gonna take our bark and we're gonna let it harden. Look at that. Wow, isn't that cool?